Hello, welcome to Web of Stories. My name is Melinda and I am here on a special day. Today is my 2-year anniversary on BookTube. I have also been tagged in the evolution of a BookTuber original tag by Pat at Book Chat with Pat. Now this tag was created by Jack at Spread Book Joy. I'm sorry, my voice is kind of Spread Book Joy on her 4th anniversary. So it all kind of works out well. And I decided to, I know there's like a BookTube anniversary tag and I was thinking of doing that, but then this one came across and I actually like this one a little bit better. So I decided to hold this for today. And so we're going to do this tag and I'm going to apologize right now. I am filming this on the day that I'm filming a bunch of stuff because at some point this month we're having our roof replaced. I am getting over a cold. I do have to take coughing breaks and such. So this might be a jumpy video, but here we go. There are 4 prompts plus tag some people. The first prompt is extinction. What are things you used to do on your channel that you no longer do? I had to actually kind of think about this one a little bit. One thing that I used to do was I had a tin where I would pull out booktubers and do like on the fly recommendations. I don't do that anymore because it got hard. It got really hard to do the recommendations. And I was like, there was so much of me just kind of looking there like a deer caught in the headlights. And so I thought if I'm going to do recommendations, I want it to be more thoughtful than that. So I stopped doing that, but I am still trying to think of a creative way to do shout outs more to support some new booktubers and some booktubers that I love watching that I think other people should watch. So I'm still looking for that, but that's one thing that I don't do anymore. I try to think, what else do I not do anymore? I don't have my daughter film because when I started this channel, she did the camera work because she was like doing a news team at school, but she didn't like that news team or doing the camera. So I do it on my own now. And we would also do lit chat with Chris, with my son. But he now is like, doesn't want to be on film, and that's fine. That's okay. He he liked the idea for like the first 3 videos and then like the novelty wore off, and that's fine. I'm not going to force him to do it. But I know I've tried some things and sometimes they work and sometimes they don't, but you know, we just got to do that. So there you go. That's my extinction. Prompt number 2 is adaptation. What are things you've done on your channel or as a result of being on BookTube that you never thought you would do? I had done book clubs before in the past, but I had never done a buddy read. And I've started doing buddy reads. I enjoy doing buddy reads. I think it's a fun way to read. And I always am like, you know, I have learned not to overbook myself with buddy reads. So sometimes if someone wants to do a buddy read, I schedule it because I don't want to overbook myself, but I do really enjoy doing buddy reads. Another thing is when I first started on BookTube, I said I wasn't going to do any of these read-alongs and events. I just wanted to keep my reading unencumbered. And that went out the window. I actually enjoy doing a lot of the events. I have learned to pace myself and not get too involved in any of the events because I do want to be at least somewhat unencumbered in my reading and leave some room for mood reading. Not that I do that much of that. Or to be able to do more things. But, you know, and it took a little while to kind of find that balance. But I do a lot of those sort of social reading activities that I never thought I would do other than a book club that I never thought I would do before I got on BookTube. And I've really enjoyed it. And I think that if you have never tried it and you want to try it, just do one of the BookTube events that like strike your fancy. You know, Nonfiction November is coming up. There's an option. That's an easy one. We're in October, but you know, there's a Victober in October. If you like Victorian literature, if you don't do it. You know, no one is making you do any of these, but you're invited to all of them, if that makes any sense. And no hosts, our feelings are not hurt if you don't. I shouldn't say we because I have yet to actually host my own event, but I will be hosting my own event in March when I do a Bronte event. So keep your eyes out for that. But I mean, my feelings would not be hurt if you chose not to do it because it's if you are interested sort of thing. So yeah, definitely a more social aspect to reading. Prompt 3 is evolution. How has BookTube changed you and what do you aspire to do on your channel in the future? So I've touched on this a little bit. I'm definitely a more social reader than I was, and I am planning to host my first event, and I am very much looking forward to it. That's only my really big thing that I have planned. I shouldn't say, I just realized this is not my only reading event. I've done my Bard Room thing, my Shakespeare project that I am invited on, and I've really enjoyed doing that. You know, I don't want to get too much into the next one, but I do think that I will look for more ways to be a social booktuber or social reader in the future. I also work on catching up on my comments because I am so far behind. This week I've been sick, and so I haven't been on BookTube much, but anyway, and I was already behind. So I need to catch up on that. So I guess what I aspire to do in the future is to continue to be more social and to answer comments. And the bonus prompt is one that was one I really want to do, which is impart your words of wisdom to all the fledgling booktubers out there. And I'm going to give you a pep talk and a piece of practical advice. And they are two different things. The pep talk is, don't worry about numbers. How many followers you have, how many views you get on a video, it does not matter. What matters is that you are yourself and you do what you want to do and what brings you joy. If you do that, your followers will come. Now, I'm not going to say that we are all like bloodhounds and we can sniff out people being fake, because that's not really, but there is a bit of truth to that too, because if you try to do things just for the sake of getting followers or views, viewers are going to kind of sense that on some level, and you might not get the return viewers, you might not get the followers you want. But if you are yourself, you're going to find your audience. It's going to happen. Don't worry if you don't grow as fast as someone else has. I know lots of channels that started about the same time I did and have grown much faster, and that's fine. That's perfectly fine. I'm not worried about that. I just be yourself and the viewers will come. Also, don't be afraid to try new things. They might not work, and that's fine. Then that's like one video. And if it's really awful, you can take the video down. It's not a big deal. You know, try new things. You don't know what's going to work and what's not going to work, but really be yourself. Don't worry about the numbers. Just do this for your own enjoyment. Now, my practical advice. Please, please, please put an end screen on your videos. So an end screen is when you upload your videos, there's an option for it on like the second screen. It's like 5 seconds. On mine, I have like a blank screen and then I put up the end screen that's on it. There's different ways of doing it, but have some kind of tail at the end of your video so that people watch your video and then they have time to start writing a comment. Because there have been a lot of videos where I'm like, okay, I watched the video and I go to write a comment and it's on to the next video already. So please, I mean, even if it just gives the viewer time to pause your video so they can go write their comment before it goes on to the next video. There have been a lot of videos that I have not commented on because by the time my hands went to the keyboard, we were already on the next video. And I was like, I don't have time to go back and watch this all again, or just go back, whatever. It's just put a tail onto your video. Again, it's called an end screen. I call it a tail because that's really, you just want extra time at the end. It's an end screen. When you load it up, you go down, you choose end screen, and then there's a whole menu that will walk you through it. You can do different things on it, whatever you want. But it is important to, if you want comments, to give us a chance to give you comments. And if you just abruptly end your video, we're not going to have that chance. So there you go. That's my practical piece of advice. I do want to thank everybody for like watching these 2 years. It's actually been really fun. I had almost, it doesn't seem like 2 years. In fact, I had forgotten about it until earlier this month. Suey at Suey's Book Banner did her little anniversary thing. And I'm like, well, she started like just a couple weeks before I did. So mine's coming up. So I went and then this video came up and all the stars aligned, except for the roofing, and who knows when that's going to happen. So why I'm filming this now. So the last thing is to tag some people. Now I have my jar here, and usually what I do is I try it and then I like stare to make sure they haven't already been tagged. I decided to be efficient this time, and I went ahead and I pulled 3 names and already checked that they were not already tagged from Pat. So these are the 3 booktubers that I am inviting to do this tag. There's no obligation. If you don't do it, my feelings are not hurt. I just want you to know that you are invited. But as well, if you haven't been tagged in this and you want to do it, please do it. Tag me so I can make sure to see it. But really, this invitation is for anybody. I'm just going to shout out these three who I know haven't been tagged before. The first is Alex at Frank Fiction. Sorry about that. As I said, I had to cough. Alex at Frank Fiction. I love her sprints. I always make a point of doing her Friday afternoon sprints. Jennifer at Jennifer Loves Books. Jennifer was my very first buddy reader, I think. So we need to do another buddy read, Jennifer. We should find something. And Leandra at Leandra the TBR0, who is the Golden Age Mystery Queen. I actually found her by listening to the She Done It podcast because she works on that podcast. So those are the three specifically that I'm inviting. But again, if you haven't been tagged and you want to do this, you are tagged. Boop, boop, you're it. So there you go. Thank you for being with me for 2 years. And hopefully, not hopefully, there will be many more years because I am enjoying doing this. So we'll see where the next year goes. Thank you very much. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.